Hey, what's up, guys? How we all doing today? Hope you guys had a great Wednesday. It's Debategate time, and we are back with the editor of Rebel Media Group, Lars Lewis. Lars, my brother, how you doing today?
Well, once again, my Buffalo Bills will not make the postseason. Yes, do they still have a chance? Yes, but I think the writing is on the wall that it's over.
And
now it's going to be 16 years of having coal under my tree. Thanks to you, Buffalo Bills. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. The way you said that was great. Unfortunately, it's super true, man. But as you guys can see from today's topic, we are talking about the Carolina Panthers. Will they go undefeated, 16-0? Only the New England Patriots in 2007 and the 1972 Miami Dolphins have accomplished this feat. I'm going to kick it off to you, Mr. Lewis. Carolina Panthers, are they going to go 16-0?
They've got 3 games left on the schedule, and those last 2 don't matter because it ends on Sunday.
Oh, you're a believer in the Giants.
The New York Football Giants are going to beat the Carolina Panthers in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Sunday.
You know, I'm hoping. I'm a Giants fan.
For 2 reasons. Actually, no, 3. Number 1, pertaining towards the Panthers, and 2 and 3 about the Giants.
Right.
Number 1, no Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
And while it's true that the Giants' run defense is actually not that bad,
I don't know
Jonathan
about that.
Stewart is such an important piece to that Carolina offense.
Definitely.
Because I think a lot of Cam's throws stem from the fact that they set it up with the run. It's that simple.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with Ted Ginn and
now
these
Cam
guys are your best receivers,
you
have to.
throw at least 35 or 40 times.
I agree with that. I mean, does Fozzie Whitaker, does Mike Tolbert? I mean, are you sold on any of you guys? Maybe rookie Cameron Artis-Payne, or any of these guys? Do you think they can carry the load at least 80% of what Jonathan Stewart gave you?
Yeah, none of them are really at Stewart's level. The only guy I can see that can provide some spark is actually Mike Tolbert.
Right. And he's proven, though.
He's not going to do it for many plays, but he can give you some very important aspects of your offense because he's a great blocker.
Right.
And when he starts rolling, when he gets 4 or 5 yards,
you better get out of the way, man.
He's a tough guy to bring down.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
So Carolina is going to be really up against it, not having Stewart. Because Tolbert's not going to be the kind of every down back that Stewart is, which is going to force Cam to throw about 30 or 35 times, which is not exactly what Ron Rivera wants in that offense.
Right.
And, yes, the Giants' secondary stinks.
Yeah, it's not.
We all know that. They're the second worst secondary in the NFL next to New Orleans.
And they got a lot of money invested in the DRC. So, yeah, it's quite a shame. But the reason why I got to disagree with you personally is just because I just don't think the Giants have enough on defense. Yes, Jonathan Stewart is huge, and I'm not denying that. But we all know Cam Newton is a mutant when he runs the football. Really tough to take down. And again, I'm just not sold on the Giants' defense. Frankly, Cullen Jenkins, Robert Ayers, these guys don't inspire me with any confidence. Mark Hertzlick is your starting linebacker. I mean, the Giants are down to their 3rd-string inside linebacker. You're down to, a guy who was cut by the Giants and then brought back in Hertzlick, that cancer survivor. I don't know what kind of game plan that the defensive coordinator is going to cook up, Spagnuolo. But you better get to Cam. You better hit Cam. You better disrupt Cam if you want a shot to win this game. Because I agree with you. Like you said, Cam will be throwing the rock a lot. And we all know when Cam throws the ball a lot, we know that he's inconsistent with his accuracy. So if they are going to get him to make mistakes throwing the football, there has to be a pass rush. Jason Pierre-Paul personally is my X factor for this football game. Can you get to Cam Newton? And I just don't think that he can. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think that he can, but there is a solution for the Giants when it comes to defense. The one thing that I think that the Giants have to do, they're going to have one spy on every play.
Right, because you can't let Cam Newton run
will
wild.
That open up probably the middle part of the field? Yes, but they need a spy at all times.
Right.
Because if Cam's going to throw all this much, there's going to be a few times where if there's no one open, he's going to tuck it and go.
Yep.
So if you're Spagnuolo, you're going to have a spy at all times on him.
Right.
But let's get to reasons 2 and 3 why the Giants have a chance. They can win this game.
All right, let's hear it.
Now, Tom, you know, as a Giants fan for many years,
right,
you know what it's like seeing this team when their backs are against the wall.
Oh, they fight like
when
dogs,
they have
man.
Everything to lose. Yeah, they're an animal.
Right.
When their backs are against the wall, when they're cornered, and they know that the only way they can get through is to get through the guy that's in front of them. 9 times out of 10, that team under Tom Coughlin has won.
Right.
It's in the Meadowlands.
Right.
You'll win this game. It's not just the fact that you just won. It's the fact that you beat Carolina, and then you send a message to those 2 other teams contending with you in Philadelphia and Washington that we just took these guys down. You're next.
Right. Listen, I don't disagree with anything what you're saying.
That's
it's
just
true.
the attitude the Giants have.
They do have that attitude, and I'm not disputing that. Man, I tell you, it's tough. I think Greg Olson's going to shred up whoever's covering him. We can't cover tight ends. Are you kidding me? Look what Gronk did on one play. Albeit we did stop him in the first half. I just feel like this game is going to come down to another fourth quarter blunder by the Giants. It's happened all season. If you watched the Monday night game last night, folks, you saw the stats. The signs are on the wall, people. Okay? You know what? If these games were 75 seconds left, the Giants are 10-2. 9-3, whichever one it was, and then you're in the driver's seat for potentially a bye.
Which also brings up the fact that this Giants team is a lot better than people think they are.
Yeah.
It's just they've been snake bitten so bad all year this year that somehow this defense is terrible. They have no run game, yet they're 75 seconds away from being 10-2.
Right.
Like, what does that say, man?
And when did Jason Pierre-Paul get back into the lineup? Like, what, week 7, week 8? So, I mean, you haven't had
it. It's like week 9.
Yeah, week 9. So, I'm with you. Again, I just think it's going to be tough for the Giants without their defense to stop the Panthers. Then if let's say they do beat the Giants, next week you got the Atlanta Falcons. They just shut them out. Now, I get you're going to go play in the Dome, and Matt Ryan is great there. But Matt Ryan he hasn't been that good. I mean, we had him on our 3 down, 3 up quarterbacks. I had him in the down. This guy he's efficient, he's great, but he's not winning you games anymore. Then when I look at the final game of the schedule, Tampa Bay Bucks, yeah, they're going to play. They're going to rally around their young quarterback, but I see that as a win for the Panthers, unless Jameis Winston pulls some serious magic out of his you-know-what.
And he could. That Tampa game's not a gimme by any stretch.
It's not. But I think the Carolina Panthers steamroll them, assuming Jonathan Stewart's healthy for that game, too. But, we'll see.
Of all the 3 teams, the Giants have the best chance because they're at home, they're desperate, they need this.
And I can't argue
we know their
there.
history when their backs are against the wall.
Right, I can't argue you there. They do have the best shot to win. Eli Manning's your quarterback. You got Odell Beckham. And that's the other matchup we didn't even talk about. Odell Beckham versus Josh Norman. I think Josh Norman's top 5 in Pro Football Focus cornerback ratings. He's probably, in my personal opinion, and anybody out there can disagree, that's fine. Josh Norman is the defensive player of the year. But,
yeah.
I mean,
I could buy that.
Kuechly, maybe the Honey Badger. I mean, there really haven't been too many dominant presences at the defensive position this year. J.J. Watt's not really. I mean, he's been up and down, but again, so final take, Lars. Are the Panthers going to go undefeated?
Giants win 27-24 and a Chris Brown 38-yard field goal.
Very bold prediction. I hope you're right as a fan. I think.
And why? And there's one reason why.
And why is that?
One of the Panthers running backs is going to fumble the ball with less than 2 minutes left.
Hey, that's an interesting point. I hope you're right. Again, your argument about the fumbles, I think the Giants' defense is going to implode. So, thanks, guys, for this episode of Debategate here at the High Stakes Sports Debates Network. Also, if you haven't followed Lars Lewis on Twitter, what are you waiting for, people? Go ahead and do it. You can see his handle right there. Please check out Rebel Media Group. The link will be in the description below. Lars is the editor, so you know it's good stuff there. Also, check out the podcast Fantasy First has come back. We'll have your divisional matchups start sits. Also, we'll be talking, are the Pittsburgh Steelers serious Super Bowl contenders? We'll be debating that with Lars Lewis. Also, Nick Lippa will be rejoining the show. Who will win the NFC East? We're going to talk about that and more. Also, we'll talk some more MLB free agency. If you guys love the content and you want to see more of it, just show some love to those thumbs, baby. That's all I need you to do. So, for Lars Lewis, I was Tom Jude, your host. This was High Stakes, baby, and we'll see you here next time.